Vivek Ramaswamy went on NewsNation for an interview with Cuomo. This interview, or more like a debate, has some interesting takeaways. I'll analyze it here on the Jonathan Lovegrove YouTube channel. Okay, let's dive right in.
Ramaswamy, why do you keep going at Nikki Haley? Why do you think this is going to bear fruit?
Chris, I don't know what you've been smoking, man. You and the rest of the mainstream media. It's laughable. Nikki Haley's been going after me the whole campaign. First debate, second debate. You know, she's been trailing me for much of the time, but I realize the establishment media has realized that there's a puppet they want to put up.
Now, Vivek has a point here. The media does spin narratives. That's their job, to tell stories. But sometimes those narratives can be false. So Vivek's correct there. But I think there's a bigger trend that explains this reason. It's the polls. When you actually look at who has support, you'll find that Haley is rising. Let's look at Real Clear Politics. Back in September, Vivek was at 8.1%. Haley was only at 4.9%. At that point, Haley was attacking Vivek on the debate stage because Vivek was the one doing well. If you go to just recently, November 19th, Vivek's now at 4.7%, and Haley has skyrocketed to 10.7%. Right there explains a lot. When candidates perform well, they are attacked. That's why we're seeing Vivek attack Haley. Haley has support. Let's dive back into the interview.
Vivek, how are you going to bring people together when you just put together a tapestry of conspiracies? You know that I'm not pitching anything about
Chris,
Nikki Haley.
What are you
she won't
talking
even come on my show.
There's no tapestry.
She won't even come on my show.
Tapestry
what are you
of
talking about that thing?
I'm sure she doesn't.
Second. Hold on a second. I let you put it out there, and now, you know, I get to finish smoking, and now I get to answer, which is, this is what the media is doing, is putting up Nikki Haley against me because they know I'm the real deal. Please. She hasn't even been on my show. I'm just watching you get slapped around by her, and I'm wondering what your strategy is.
The fact of the matter is, Chris, my strategy is calling out the mainstream media like I did to Kristen Welker at the start of that debate.
Here is where the interview really starts to get annoying. Because this is supposed to be an interview, but it's becoming a debate. Here's the job of Cuomo. He should be asking tough questions and asking follow-ups. Give a good interview. Don't debate. We don't need a screaming match. Now, there is a good point here that Cuomo makes. He has a valid point. Haley had a strong performance at the third debate. Look at this graph right here. From 538, we see that Republican voters rated Haley as having the best performance. Republican voters also seemed to dislike Ramaswamy's performance. This is the data, and Cuomo is right here. Vivek has struggled on the debate stage. He comes across as abrasive. Now let's keep watching the interview.
Just like I'll tell you, you're part of the mainstream media despite pretending like you're not. Look the audience in the eye and tell how you covered for your brother for all that happened.
I'm part of the mainstream media. Hey, listen.
And you play the same games that the rest of the mainstream media does.
Take care of
you're
your
doing
family?
it tonight.
That's fine.
You have been covering for your brother. You have been playing a game. You were kicked off here on CNN.
Of course I help my brother. Of course I do.
And you know what? That's been journalistic standards that have now been failed, not just by you, but by every member of the broken political media.
It's funny to see Cuomo defend the media. If you look at CNN, back at CNN, he was fired for helping his brother deal with a scandal. There was conflict of interest there. So honestly, Cuomo is not doing a great job of supporting the mainstream media here, not making them look good. But let's keep watching to see where the interview heads.
You can talk a lot, but not necessarily be saying anything that's worthwhile.
You would know a lot about that, Chris.
Question.
I've been listening to you, and I think that you're a good example of that.
Nikki Haley keeps kicking your ass in these debates. Why
according to the left-wing media,
pick someone else?
Chris, give me a freaking break. You turn on social media, you understand. People should watch that debate.
This is just so immature. I'm tired of hearing this. They're yelling, they're fighting. This isn't a real interview, and this candidate is playing right into the trap. This is what Americans are tired of. The yelling, the screaming. Americans want substance. That is what will perform well on Election Day.
Well,
Yeah,
the
but
leader,
all you're doing is playing to the divide, Vivek. You're not bringing anybody
Chris,
together.
I'm not playing to
You're
the
not
divide.
trying to
I'm
bridge
actually
any
playing
gap.
to. Nobody's reaching.
You're
Chris,
playing a
Chris, I don't
baby
know
Trump
what the
game.
point, what the point of your actual interview is if you're not actually interested in getting answers
It's to
hard
say,
questions.
stop
Here's the
being
answer.
negative
Chris,
and attacking people and offer something to people
Chris, I'm
that's
not here to.
positive.
Now, I think both Cuomo and Vivek have a point here. Cuomo says that Vivek is playing a baby Trump game. And while I wouldn't use those exact words, Vivek is playing to Trump messaging. He's playing to the very similar audience as Trump. Will he succeed in the primary? We will find out. But I think Cuomo's right on that point. Now, Vivek also makes a great point here. Cuomo isn't wanting to do an interview. He's not giving Vivek time to respond. He's interjecting. They both are. And that right there isn't substance. Americans want substance. Let's wrap up this video with one last clip.
Nobody's reaching young people in this race like I am. I've been to more college campuses than any Republican in the history of our party, bringing in young people in droves.
I will end this video by praising Vivek in this area. The Republican Party needs to welcome young people. That's the path to victory in the future. If you don't win the next generation, you lose the political battle. Vivek's right on that, and he's fighting hard to win over those votes. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.